Taking a live look outside right now from the Mission Ridge camera. You see those blue skies out there? Let's get to meteorologist Cedric Haynes here in the studio. But of course, Cedric, right as we are about to approach fall, summer is hanging on.
Yes, Latrice. In fact, if you notice there from that sky camera view there, you probably noticed that hazy tint in the distance. That's an indication that we've got a little bit more of that haze because guess what? The humidity is back. Yesterday at this time, we were talking about the humidity levels still being very tolerable. Not so much today. In fact, dew point right now at 70. And once you get past that 70-degree mark, that's when you get that very juicy air in place. And that's when you start noticing the heat index is quite a bit warmer than the actual temperature. So we're at 87 degrees on the thermometer, but it feels like it's about 91 degrees, and that's likely to increase as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon. Let's show you some more numbers across the area. 82 degrees in Athens, 84 in Dayton, 81 degrees currently in Murphy. We've got 82 degrees in Cleveland and Dalton, 84 degrees in Scottsboro, and 81 degrees currently in Lafayette. Again, look at these dew points. I mean, we've got low to mid 70s across the entire area. So even at this time yesterday, dew points were still in the lower 60s. You can tell how much the humidity is really jumped up, and when you walk outside today, you'll notice it'll feel a little bit more, the air will feel more on the thick side as you step out the door, and that trend will continue into the afternoon hours. So you factor in the humidity, you factor in the temperatures, the heat, and then you get that kind of combination that makes it start to feel uncomfortable. So these numbers right now still not horrible, but they are climbing. It feels like it's 91 currently in Dayton, Chattanooga, and Scottsboro. Feels like it's 85 in Dalton, and it feels like it's 87 degrees currently in Cleveland. So as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon, again, we're going to forecast the high temperature, at least here in Chattanooga, around 92 degrees, but it will feel like it's in the mid to even possibly the upper 90s as we go throughout the afternoon hours. Tomorrow, believe it or not, is going to be hotter than today. So we're talking highs likely jumping into the mid 90s here in Chattanooga, but it means it will feel like it's closer to 100 degrees during the peak heating of the day on your Wednesday afternoon. So for any of those practices you may have outside after school or anything that you may be doing, maybe trying to go for a quick workout in the afternoon, it's definitely going to feel very much like summertime as you get into your Wednesday afternoon. And then by Thursday, you start to notice some changes. Thursday, the high temperature only in the mid 80s. It'll still feel like it's in the lower 90s, but overall, that will be the beginnings of some bigger changes because we're tracking a cold front that's going to be moving our way. So we're going to jump ahead here to Wednesday around lunchtime, and you can see we're going to be in the thick of the heat dome here across the area. And as that heat, the air will continue to dry out and compress. And once it compresses, of course, it heats up quickly. And that's what we're going to be dealing with for your Wednesday. But here comes the relief, that cold front that will make its way in sometime right now around Thursday morning is what it's looking like, between about Thursday morning and midday. Depending on the timing, that may determine if we're in the mid 80s for highs or the upper 80s for highs, but you get the idea. We're talking about squashing and breaking that heat as we get towards the end of the week, and by Friday we're going to allow for some much cooler air to build in. So just in time for all those Friday night football festivities. The weather is looking fantastic and very much more like fall-like weather across the area compared to the next couple of days. So mid 90s again for us on our Wednesday, but Thursday, there's your front moving through. That starts to knock the temperatures down. And notice high temperatures likely holding in the 70s for most of us as we get towards your Friday afternoon. So Friday will be fantastic across the area. Even heading into the weekend, we rebound just a little bit, but we're only talking low to mid 80s. And then another front will move through probably as we get towards the beginning of next week, knocking our temperatures back down into the 70s. So as far as rainfall chances go, I'm just not really seeing much. We had a shower or two earlier this morning as expected, but again, most of the dry air will continue to keep us on the dry side. As that front moves through Thursday, slight chance of a shower, but you can see most of that activity even kind of dissipates as well. So I don't have a lot of hope for rainfall, but we'll keep those small end chances in there. So I think the 10% chance for the day is pretty much done now. 92 degrees for your high, 94 on your Wednesday. Again, it'll feel like it's closer to 100 by Wednesday afternoon. Slight chance of a shower with that front on Thursday, but look at that Friday, Latrice.
Oh,
Man,
wow, that
Friday.
looks good.
Yeah, that's a special treat for everyone going into the weekend.
It certainly is. We are already zoned in and looking ahead to Friday. Thanks, Cedric.